It's a beautiful Sunday and you have your family and friends over for dinner. So you decide to try an Italian dish and you cook it to perfection. You're so proud of yourself. You take a picture and you post it on social media and you get attacked. Suddenly, everybody is a Michelin star nonna, expertly schooling you how to make the real Italian dish. Is there an elite squad of Italian culinary experts scanning the internet for non-traditional Italian recipes? Like the comment that I got for my risotto recipe. Note the right rice proportion per person for risotto. My northern Italian friend says Western and make it too dry and it's not pleasant to eat. I agree. But I would never serve it like this to an Italian in Italy either. Such a remark can really be disheartening. It creates an atmosphere of intimidation and discourage any cook to experiment and let it go to their creativity. And there are people that would say, oh, but Italian don't have recipe, every nonna makes it differently, so I can do whatever I want. Yeah, there are no real exact recipes in Italy, but we do have principle. And did I tell you that actually I'm not a Western? I'm an Italian food blogger. Io sono proprio italiana. In this video, I will give you 3 critical principles for you to follow to cook traditional Italian recipes. And I will reveal how I responded to that comment and give you some hint on how you can respond as well. There is quite a lot of confusion between Italian cuisine and Italian American cuisine. Italian American cuisine has been influenced by the diverse population of the United States and has created its unique culinary identity, while the Italian cuisine has been quite isolated until the internet. I grew up in Rome, and before the 80s there was only one Chinese restaurant. In the 80s it started to spread, and then we had an Argentinian restaurant somewhere that I don't even know where it was, one Japanese restaurant, Mexican tacos were completely unknown. That's how isolated Italian cuisine was. And then I'm talking about Rome, so you can imagine the rest of Italy. The Italian cuisine is very regionalized, and recipe can change from region to region because they are based on the local produce and the history background. So, for example, the balsamic vinegar is from Mantova in the north, and the mozzarella is from Naples in the south. The two never goes together. There is no balsamic vinegar in the caprese. The name doesn't make it Italian. Tuscan chicken pasta. That recipe is not Italian at all. Tuscan is a region in Italy, and they have multiple recipes. To call it Tuscan doesn't make it Italian. And there are many other words that have been misused, like bolognese, carbonara, caprese. Those names are used for recipes that have nothing to do with the original Italian name. So the first principle is do your research. Search reputable sources. Find out what is behind the name. Learn the technique. And don't do your research on Google, because Google is not Italian. And if you search for risotto, you get a risotto from Bon Appetit made with sushi rice. But now let's go back to the Tuscan chicken pasta. Everything is wrong with this recipe. Chicken and pasta are never served together in Italy. Why? Because chicken is a refined meat, while pasta was the meal for the peasant. So these were never served together. And this tradition still stands today. And there are other principles that still apply to the Italian cuisine today. There is no cheese on seafood, cappuccino is only for breakfast, no bread is served with pasta, and there's no pineapple on pizza. Now, I can understand pineapple on pizza. Pineapple on pizza was created in 1954 in Canada. Now, do you really think that that was a real pizza? I grew up in Rome, and every summer we were going to the south for vacation. And every single time, and still do today, around Naples, I go out from the autoroute in Battipaglia to buy the mozzarella cheese. That's how good, and we were living in Rome, so that's how good the mozzarella cheese in Naples. Do you really think that that mozzarella cheese was in Canada in 1954? Certainly not. They were probably using a processed cheese with no flavor, and they had to put something interesting on the pizza. So yeah, of course, they put pineapple. If that's the cheese you're using, put whatever you want on it. You can put pineapple, you can put peaches, you can put even balsamic vinegar, because it's not really a mozzarella. But so don't call it Italian, and do not call it caprese. And so that is the second principle of the Italian cuisine. Use local, good quality ingredients, not copycats. And that brings us to the last principle. So you've done your research, you mastered the technique, you got some good quality ingredients. So what do now? You just relax and keep it simple. Do not add too many spices. Use fresh herbs. Just let the flavor of the main ingredient shine. Yeah, you can put some cheese on the seafood, but if the seafood is fresh and you can taste the sea, wouldn't it be much better to deglaze it with a glass of white wine? Italians use the main ingredient as a canvas and then create the masterpiece. For me, cooking is a relaxing diversion to escape the challenging of life and spend with family and friends. And I like to sip my herbal tea while cooking. And if I have any doubt on a technique, on an ingredient, I just grab my phone and scan my QR code in my mug and check out the recipe on my blog. And you can find this mug on my shop on the link below. So now you want to know how I responded to that comment? Thank you for your input. I appreciate the passion you have for authentic Italian cuisine. I also take my risotto and all Italian dishes very seriously, as I am Italian. I wish you the best of learning more about Italian authentic cuisine. So how would you respond to a comment that claims that your recipe is not authentic? As long as you follow my 3 principles. You've done your research, you mastered the technique, you bought a fresh ingredient and you kept it simple, you can easily reply, Italians don't have recipe, they use principle. And I use those principles in my recipes. Do you? Do you want to find out more about authentic Italian cuisine? Subscribe to my YouTube channels. Not only my grandma were Italian and my parents are Italian, io sono italiana. Check out my next video on 38 tips on how to cook pasta like an Italian. Or wait for my next video on how to prepare a 6-meal course and what should you.